My name is Jessa Ibendanilio and I am disgust.
Hello everyone, I'm Laika Castaños and I'm Sabina.
Hi everyone, I'm Mary Julu and I'm Borda.
What's up? My name is Ann Kibo Kibo and I'm John.
Hello everyone, I am Martin Magallanes and I am Amber.
I am Rose Ati Malinaw and I am Lee. I am Kuya Jane Gibalas and I am Dorothy.
Wow! I am Sarah Montas and I am Mandy. For the group 2! And now, let's proceed to our presentation!
Good day everyone, I am Rosan Kimalina. You can call me Teacher Rose. So, now let's tackle the learner-centered psychological principles. So, unsa ang psychological? So, ang psychological is about refers anything that related to thinking, mind, feelings, and behavior. So, in short daw, na siya, it's about a person's how think, feels, learn, and act. So, learner-centered psychological principles kay na ay 14 principles nga gi-create gikan sa American Psychological Association. So, unsa ang American Psychological Associations or APA? Sila ang mga nag-guide sa mga teachers on how students learn the best. So, nag-focus sila on sa unsay mga needs sa bata, ilang abilities, emotions, o ilang mga differences. So, the instructional planning. So, this is the systematic process of assigning, developing, and evaluating learning experiences to achieve specific educational goals. So, means na imong plano o saan mo pagtudlo ang mga bata. So, if nananga magtudlo sa mga bata, dapat na kay mag-design kag lesson. Kaduha, mag-develop kag activities kanang included tanan, walay mahabilin. Then, imong i-check if ang imong mga students kay naabay nakatunan.
So, learner-centered psychological principle are research-based guidelines from the American Psychological Association, or APA. They explain how students learn best and how teachers should plan instruction. So, mga guidelines gikan sa American Psychological Association. So, diri explain unsaon pag learn sa student in the best way ug unsaon pud sa teacher pag plan ilang mga teaching style para sa pagtudo sa student. And kani siya basically ang focus ani kay ang learner. So, meaning dapat i-consider sa teacher ang mga needs o abilities sa student para mas effective ang learnings.
The 14 principles group into 4 factors. The first is cognitive and metacognitive factors. This is about how you think and you learn. It focuses on understanding, remembering, and solving problems. It also includes thinking about your thinking, like asking yourself about, do I understand this? So, you learn better when you understand the lesson and aware of how you learn. The second is motivational and affective factors. This is about your feelings and motivation. If you are interested, confident, or excited, you learn more. If you are stressed, learning becomes harder. So, your emotion and motivation affect how well you learn. The third is developmental and social factors. This is about your growth and interactions with others. Learning depends on your age, maturity, and experiences. You also learn from teachers, classmates, and group activities. So, you learn as you grow and by interacting with other people. The last is the individual differences factors. This is about how everyone is unique. Each student has different abilities, learning styles, and pace. Some learn faster and others need more time. So, everyone learns in their own way, and that should be respected. So, the four components show that learning depends on how you think, how you feel, and how you grow with others, and how you are different from others.
So now, let's proceed to cognitive and metacognitive factors. First is we have the nature of the learning process. Learning is most effective when it is unintentional, active process of constructing meaning from information and experience. So, learning is not just about listening and memorizing. It involves thinking, doing, and practicing. So, in simple terms, it is learning by doing. For example, naa kay ganahan nga mahibawaan nga panang pagluto. Panalitan, ganahan ka magluto, ganahan ka maka-learn on how to cook chicken adobo. So, dili ra nimo ka nang i-memorize ang mga recipe sa chicken adobo, pero kailangan imuha siyang buhaton in order for you to learn. So again, learning by doing. Next is goals of the learning process. The successful learner with support can create and use meaningful personal relevant goals. So, dito sa goals of the learning process, ang learner needs siya og naay mo support or kailangan ang learner is fully motivated siya para ma-achieve niya ang iyang goals. So, di ba, like for example na atay kanang ay learners na dili kay siya motivated. So, kanang ang outcome ana kanang pwede siya like mahagbong or mawad-an siya gana sa iyang pag-eskwela or more likely no direction or no purpose ang iyang pag-learn. Then, next is construction of knowledge. Learners link new information to existing knowledge in meaningful ways. So, ang learners kay pananglita na sila bag-o nga information na dawat or mga ideas niya ilahan ang i-connect sa existing knowledge. For example, kanang dali na lang kang maka-understand sa fraction sa math. Dali na ka maka-understand ana if kabalo na ka mo divide daan. Ingana na siya. Then next is strategic thinking. Successful learners use thinking strategies to reach learning goals. So, ang learners mo use sila og mga strategies. So, like, for example, kanang dali ka maka-catch up, dali ka maka-learn if mag-take down notes ka sa mga discussion. So, muna imuhang gamiton nga learning strategies para madali ka maka-learn, dali ka maka-catch up. Then, second to the last, thinking about thinking or metacognition. Higher order strategies for selecting and monitoring mental operations facilitate creative critical thinking. So, diri sa thinking and thinking, kailangan maka-discover ka o makabalo ka kung asa ka na sayop dapit or kanang mahibaw-an mo sa imong kaugalingon if nakasabot ba ka sa imong nga learn. Importante kaayo ni siya class because dili pwede nga magsigira ka og basa-basa o nya wala kay nakatunan. Kailangan naa kay makatunan sa imong nga gi basa-basa. So kailangan sad if ever nga ma-fail ka or makahimo kag mistakes, so use that kanang mistakes as a motivation to improve and to learn more. Context of learning. So learning is influenced by environmental factors including culture, technology, and instructional practices. So learning depends on our environment. So gamiton gihapon nato ang example nga ganahan ka magluto. I-differentiate nato nga ganahan ka magtuon magluto kung sa inyong balay tas ang imong mama ang magtudlo or sa professional culinary experience. So it has the same skills, different contexts, and as well as different outcomes. Kay lahi man ang usa sa imong mama or sa inyo ha Then ang usa kay katunad yung pang professional culinary experience. Okay class, nagets ra? So again, nature of learning process, learning by doing, goals of the learning process, kailangan ang learner is motivated, then construction of knowledge, new and old informations, strategic thinking, kailangan ang learner is na sila strategies and how para unsaon nila pag-learn og maayo. Then thinking about thinking, or kailangan ang learner is dali sila or maka-recognize sila if naka-understand pa sila sa ilang gi-learn. Then context of learning is involve ang ato nga environmental factors. That's
So, good day. So, now let's talk about the motivational and effective factors. So, first factor is motivational and emotional influences on learning. So, what and how much is learned is influenced by motivation, emotional states, beliefs, interests, and goals. So, diri nag-refer na siya nga how the students' motivation, interest, emotions will affect their learning. So, ang learning man God is this is not just about intelligence, but it is also about how the students feels, how unsa ilang emotions kana feel ana, how they feels and how they think about ana. So I have an example. So for example is nag-discuss ang isa ka teacher sa then na isa ka student nga not feeling well gani siya, like sad ang iyahang paminaw karon kay like example na family problems or nagibulagan og uyab nga na. So dili siya makakonsentrate og paminaw sa isa ka discussion kay ang iyang unahuna is naa about ato nga problema. So dira mo maka-affect yun na ang kuan ang emotions sa imuhang motivation sa imong pagpaminaw kay dili naman ka ganahan maminaw ana, dili na ka kasabot sa unsay i-discuss sa teacher kay ang imuhang brainy man god is wala na towards the topic. So mo na siya nga ang important jud kaayo ang motivation and emotion sa isa ka learner. So mag-depend man god ang isa ka ang motivation and your emotion man god towards yourself kay if you are not motivated so dili jud ka ganahan ana. You are not willing to commit for something like you are not interested. Mo jud na siya. When a student feels happy, motivated, interested, or confident, they are now more focused to learn and willing to participate. Because of this, they are more likely interested in the lessons that ilang paminaw dira and maka-remember na sila dayon ani. And that's why motivation and emotion is important kayo sa isa ka learner. And that's all for the motivational and emotional influences on learning. So now, let's move on to intrinsic motivation to learn. So learners are naturally curious. Intrinsic motivation is stimulated by tasks of optimal novelty and difficulty relevant to personal interest. So ang intrinsic motivation magod is common siya is a learning because of curiosity, personal beliefs, or enjoyable. So this is not just about kuan kanang rewards, grades nga ihatag or kanang pressure from the others, but it is a choice from the student kung unsa iyang interested siya na so mo na ang iyahang i-pursue or iyahang ipadayon. And I have an example of this. So naisa ka estudyante nga love niya ang pag-play og music and basin mag-practice sa ni siya og playing guitar para ma-improve pa rin ang iyahang hobbies nga pag-play of music. So dili without being told, the student is always practicing every day and improving his or her skills towards sa pagplay sa isa ka guitar. So mao ni siya ang example sa intrinsic motivation kay the student is not being forced to play but it is about sa iyahang personal interest or iyahang passion. So mo na siya ang example sa personal interest nga dili lay mapugos ang isa ka estudyante because naay reward nga ihatag or kuan but mo na iyahang source of happiness. So mo to ganiyag istorya nako sa nga or enjoyable. So mo na siya ang intrinsic motivation. And lastly, motivational and emotional factors shows that emotions and motivations affects very well to the students on their learning. While intrinsic motivation explains that learners more likely to to learn or to engage to the topic when they are interested and enjoy what they are doing.
Today, we will tackle about the developmental and social factors. So first is developmental influences on learning. Learning is most effective when differential development across physical, intellectual, emotional, and social domains is considered. So this explains that learning is most effective when we know how to consider such thing. When we are aware that people development differently, they grow differently, not just through intellectually, but physically, emotionally, and socially. The best example for this is, for example, na kay student nga when it comes to the field of math. So, na kay student nga kabalo siya mo read sa problem, kabalo siya mo analyze sa problem. When it comes to following the process of solving the problem, di na siya mag-reason. And so, you as a teacher, mangita kog mga effective strategies nga ma-apply ano ng students. Nga kanang sa imong pag-consider niya, you will also observe on how kana ganing unsa ang mga ways nga mas effective para niya. Kay na asa kani nga part of students dali ra para nila. Pero niya kanina in specific na part mag-listen siya. So you as a teacher, you will adjust on how you will effectively teach or learn your strategies on this student. So next is social influences on learning. Learning is influenced by social interactions, interpersonal relations, and communications with others. So, from the word social influences in learning. So this means that learning does not only happen inside the classroom, but also outside the classroom. Okay, so this means nga kana gani ang mostly understanding no kay so sa classroom daghan tag learn, but sa gawas naa sa daghan actually we can adopt and get more informations outside. And ang kani siya is effective ang learning when it comes to like ang student na siya mga experiences socially gani kanang ang iya makuha sa mga pag-socialize niya sa mga schoolmates, mga teachers, na. For example, sad, kuan siya, na student nga hilumon siya, like maulaw siya mag-socialize. And ikaw nga teacher, nakikihatag na group work, niya naman yung mga members, no? So, ang kani nga kuan, ang sa members, ilang gining ipakuan ang student. And that way, ang student nga ulawon, maka-learn siya, like, di na siya maulaw through group works, di na siya maulaw, like, at least maka-gain siya of confidence. And so, dira, mas mo work jud ang collaborations. And learning is most effective when collaboration is involved.
So, let's move on to individual differences. So, naa siya three factors, which are the individual differences in learning, second, learning and diversity, and lastly, standards and assessment. So, individual differences in learning have different strategies, approaches, and capabilities of learning due to prior experience and heredity. So, it means, ang mga student is lahi-lahi jud siya way of learning. Naiuban nga mas makasabot sila if ilahang basahon, naasay uban nga kanang if experience sila is dali jud sila makasabot, then nga through hands-on and ana. So, for example, sa atong class, naay student nga dali siyang makasabot sa lecture pero naay uban nga if experience sila or demonstrate if kanang dimuhan sila is dali silang makasabot nana. So second is learning and diversity is most effective when differences in learners, linguistic, cultural, and social backgrounds are accommodated. So mas effective ang learning if you consider ang mga differences sa students. Na lahi-lahi sila, na ay lahi-lahi og kanang language, culture, religion, o kanang ilahang mga background sa nana. So, for example, naay student nga mas dali sila makasabot if kanang experience sila Bisaya or discussion sila Bisaya kanang compared sa pure nga English. So, dapat ang mga teacher is mag-adjust para mas makasabot ang ilahang students or ang ilahang kanang mga bata.
So lastly, kay ang standards and assessment. So setting high and challenging standards along with assessing learner progress, diagnostic process and outcome are integral to learning. So importante nga na ay goal or pamaagi sa pag-measure sa learning. So direng standards and assessment na siya 3 types, which are the diagnostic, process and outcome. So diri sa diagnostic kay kani siya kay kanang before gani sa lesson, like for example before class kanang naay pa pre-test si teacher nana. So kaning process pod kay during sa lesson, like for example during class kay naay kanang pa-activities inana. And then last kay ang outcome. So ang outcome kay after na ni siya sa lesson, like for example kanang after class maghatag na si teacher og exam so inana. So kuan jud siya kanang kanang gi-check jud siya kanang sa start hangtod sa end. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, so let's proceed to the last topic. These principles are designed to guide educational practices, transforming the focus from mere content delivery to empowering students to take charge of their own learning. So these principles designed to guide educational practices, gibuhat ni sila para tabangan ang kanang mga teachers kung unsaon nila pag-handle sa teaching o sa learning process sa kanang mga student. So before diba ang focus sa education kay kanang content delivery ra, diba? So which ang teachers ra permi ang nag-explain, nag-lecture sa kanang mga lessons sa atubangan og ang kanang mga student kay maminaw ra or kanang magsulat or mag-memorize ra sila sa kanang mga lessons. So passive ra kaayo ang kanang mga students. Kanang ganing dili gani kaayo sila mo involved sa kanang learning. So pero ang pinaagi ani nga mga principles giusab or kanang gi-change na ang style sa kanang pagtudlo. Instead nga teacher-centered lang, mahimo na siyang learner-centered. Ang focus na kay ang kanang mga student mismo og ang saon nila pagkat-on nga mas effective gani nga mas dali sila makabalo sa kanang mga lessons. So, empowering students to take charge of their own learning. So, ang student kay dili na lang sila maghulat sa kanaganing itudlo sa kanang teachers. Like, sila na mismo ang mo think or kanang mag-explore sa lessons para makabalo sila. Like, for example, pwede sila mangutana sa teachers, pwede sila kanang mo-appeal sa kanang discussion if ang teacher is nag-discuss. Like, ang ilang mga opinion is valid na gani kaayo. So, ang teachers pod is dili na lang sila kanang mag-focus sa kanang lectures. Instead, ang teacher mahimo siyang kanang facilitator o kanang mo-guide sila sa kanang mga student. So, ang teachers muhimo og activities nga makapa-engage sa kanang mga learners. Kana ganin para ganahan na ang mga students nga mukuan sa iyang lessons, maghimo siya og kanang mga activities nga para ma-engage ang kanang mga students. So, mag-guide sila instead of kanang always ragani sila mag-explain and everything. So from teacher-centered to kanang student-centered na. Like from passive listening nga, ang sauna, ang teacher ay mag-discuss sa atubangan, siya ra permanyang mga student kay maminaw na to active participation nas. Ang mga student pwede na maka-appeal sa iyahang lessons. Unsay kanang opinion sa mga student, valid na siya. So, ang goal ani nga mga principles kay mahimong independent learners na ang kanang student. Learn na sila kanang by themselves. Tas important kaayo ni kay dili lang para sa eskwelahan ni, para pud ni sa kanang future og sa everyday life sa kanang mga student.